opening segment of the show for today. We have to talk about the labor movement in Tennessee. Mr. JLee1, who is the president of the AFL-CIO, and with Mr. Lee is Kwame LLillard, who is the president of the African American Cultural Alliance. And let me welcome both you, Leo, and you, Jerry, to the show this morning, and to tell you how delighted we are to have the two of you here. And of course, I think our audience already know that the two of you are following a presentation that was made by a younger person.
I think
later.
we need to leave.
But what we'd like to do is to really talk about some of the things, some of the questions that she raised.
Absolutely.
In reference to this morning. But first, Mr. Lee, let's see if you can give us some information about your background, education, and your experiences, and then Kwame will give us essentially the same kind of information, and then we'll talk about some other things later on. And then we'll start talking about the labor union, teachers, and et cetera, all that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dr. Haynes. I grew up in Gallatin, Tennessee, graduated from high school there. When I graduated, family didn't really have enough money to send me to college, so at that time it was a lot of opportunity to get in apprenticeship training programs, and I applied for the electrician's apprenticeship program and the CWA communication workers program and TVA. And the IBEW electricians called me first, and beginning a long time ago, I served a 5-year apprenticeship with IBEW. Subsequently, I worked all over Nashville, many of the high-rise buildings you see we worked on. When I finished my apprenticeship, I went in the U.S. Army. I had been deferred from the draft in the 60s for the purposes of finishing that program, but I went in the Army in 62, served 2 years, and came out and was a journeyman electrician, went back to work as an electrician. Then about 72, GI Bill came along, went to the University of Tennessee at Nashville for a long time at night, and I graduated from there with a BS degree. Politically in my union, I ran for business manager. Subsequently, after serving many different offices, I was 2-term business manager for my local union. And when Mr. James Neely went to the state to be Commissioner of Labor, he was the president of the Tennessee AFL-CIO, and I ran for that position, and I've been there since that time for about 8 years. I
remember that time. And of course, Kwame, why don't you say something about your background? People know that you've been involved. As a matter of fact, you were standing up holding a sign here. And
absolutely.
It can truly be said that the two of us represent perhaps the oldest part of the civil rights movement.
We do.
Say something about that.
And we should always be mindful of the towers and the giants in the labor movement and the civil rights movement, sometimes in the same person. A man named A. Phil Randolph. He wore